Hey, welcome to the Shoe U. I'm Alex. If you're new, welcome. Today we are doing a final examination on the Nike Kobe IV Protros. These guys came out over a year ago, but I thought with the Kobe V Protros about to get a bigger release on August 24th, it'd be a good time to go back in the time machine and reminisce a little bit about one of the best basketball shoes of all time. But before that, real quickly, I want to give everyone an update on the Nike Adapt BBs. The situation has been resolved. If you were following along, you know I was either going to get my full money back, the full refund, or Nike was going to ship me a pair of new ones. I'm getting a refund, which the wife is happy about. I am unfortunately a little disappointed that this was the resolution. After an event like this, I'm probably going to avoid Nike's Adapt shoes for a very long time. And they left a really bad taste in my mouth, to be honest. So Nike Adapts, guys, I don't recommend them. Maybe I just had a faulty pair, but who knows? Either way, I just figured I want to get you guys up to speed. The Adapt BBs, they're gone for good, but I did get my money back. Now, let's get into the final examination. Alright, so for the final examination on basketball shoes, I take a look at traction, fit of the shoe, which includes the materials that go into it, and then the price efficiency. So let's start off with the traction, guys. If you know the Kobe's, the Kobe IV specifically, you know this traditional herringbone pattern, which was on the originals. They are brought back on the Kobe IV Protros. Same thing, same setup, and it performs very nicely. The only thing with the white bottom is it will accumulate a lot of dirt over time. I have put a lot of mileage on these guys, so there's a fair amount of wear and tear on them, but that doesn't impact the performance. My experience playing with them, the last time I played compared to the first time, it was still equally as good. So the looks may be deceiving about the dirt and stuff accumulating. That's just for looks. So I would recommend, going with a different color bottom. Like there's been black, Del Sol colorway got re-released. I know now the Kobe IV Protros are really hard to find, but that might be a better option if you really want to keep that bottom portion clean. Either way though, guys, the traction is excellent on these guys. So component 2 is the fit of a shoe, and the fit on the Kobe IV Protros is phenomenal. If you go back in the time machine a little bit, 2008 when these guys first came out, they were groundbreaking because they were the first of their kind. There had been no low-top basketball shoe really until the Kobe IVs. So, the fit I think is terrific, especially if you prefer low-top basketball shoes. These guys are, I think, a no-brainer just because of that firm lockdown feel that you get in them. And in addition to that, the break-in period is really quick on them. Of course, nowadays a lot of shoes, they are comfortable out of the box, which it's attractive for a lot of options to have a shoe where, hey, you know you're getting right away, but sometimes patience is a virtue and you have to break a shoe in. That's kind of a common, I think, hallmark of some of the best performing shoes, to be quite honest with you, over time. And the Kobe IV Protros, that is the case just for a little bit. For me, after a few runs, a couple times playing in them, the shoe definitely molded nicely to my foot. It wasn't like something with the Jordan 33s that just took an eternity to get acclimated to your feet and really hurt. It was just breaking them in, a little bit of time is needed, and then they are really comfortable. I encourage you to go true to size. I didn't have my coffee this morning, sorry guys, but true to size works great with these guys, and I think that is the way to go with the Kobe IV Protros. And the third and final category is price efficiency. This is a very difficult subject with the Kobe IV Protros, right? Retail $175 when they released last year, so that's in the upper tier pricing. And there was a lot of outrage, okay, and understandably so, because in the Kobe I Protros, there was a lot of renovation done, and Protro means performance retro, right? So you upgrade the performance, you get 2020, 2019 performance on an old school shoe. So that was kind of a stickling point for a lot of people with the Kobe IV Protros, and I understand that, I get it. And I think that's justifiable. I think for the stuff that's in the shoe, there's just the Zoom Air unit in the heel, the Lunar Lawn midsole, which is really comfortable, but there's not a whole lot other than that. You get, on the KD12s last year, you had full-length Zoom Air for $150. And that's really comfortable. That's, big stuff right there. Even on the PG4s, full-length Nike Air $120, right? it's just a lot of money, and I think Nike might have screwed up a little bit with how they priced these guys. The original Kobe 4s, when they came out, I believe were $130, and I think that's an accurate price for what these guys should have been, considering what's in them. Again, it's a good shoe, but I think it was, I'm not going to say grossly overpriced, I'm not going to be that harsh, but I think for the things that are in this shoe compared to what was around in 2019, $130 is a much more appropriate price for them. Alright guys, so in conclusion on the Nike Kobe IV Protros, the final examination for these guys, I would give them a B+ or an A-. I know I didn't give a letter grade for the Kyrie 6s, but for these guys, they are really good. The traction is great, the fit is, excellent, and it's arguably one of the best low tops of all time. I'm just a little, still with the price, of $175. I think, when Nike released it, it was a little bit up there compared to other options that were on the market with similar technology in them. I think $130 would have been a much better price. But anyways, if you're a Kobe fan, if you're a sneakerhead, these guys are excellent performers nevertheless. So let me know in the comment section below if you have a pair of the Kobe IV Protros. Do you like them? Do you feel like they were overpriced? I feel like they were a little bit too much. And let me know. I think the next few videos we might do some more of these performance reviews. If you follow me on Instagram, you know it's between these and the Zoom Freak ones. But Kobe IV Protros, they were the higher vote getter. So until next time, guys, we will keep you posted and keep your eyes open for another review.